Good morning, Tigers, and welcome back to the world's greatest elementary school. I can't believe that we are already a full month into school, and it is now October. And Tigers, the month of October is a big month at Shadow Lake. We have a ton of things going on this month, and the first big thing we want to talk about is our Shadow Lake PTA donation calendar fundraiser. Last week on Thursday or Friday, each of you received a copy of this form. Here's how it works. With the help of your parents or other adults in your family, you can call or talk to family members, neighbors, community members, and families and friends to see if they will commit to picking one of the numbers on your calendar sheet and donating that dollar amount to our Shadow Lake PTA. For example, if someone chose the number 24 because it's their favorite number on your calendar, they would be giving you a $24 donation to our Shadow Lake PTA. All of the donations go to our PTA programs like STEM, art, movie nights, dances, carnival, field trips, books for your classroom, staff appreciation, and so much more. It's amazing how much our PTA does for us. You have the entire month of October to see how many spaces your calendar you can get filled out. And Tigers, like I said on the announcements, there's gonna be prizes. The top class is going to earn a pajama and donut party, and all of our Tigers who complete all 34 calendar spots will earn a pizza party with Mr. Abby and myself.
This is awesome. This is going to be great. Our PTA does so much for our school, and this is the way that we can help to be a community contributor and give back to our Shadow Lake community. And speaking of being a community contributor, that is the future ready skill that we're going to be focusing on for the month of October. Community contributors identify needs and they take action to serve their communities. This month in Future Ready class with Mrs. Spencer, you're going to be learning more about what it means to be a community contributor, and all of your teachers and our other Shadow Lake staff members are going to be on the lookout for Tigers who are showing this trait. And at the end of October, we'll get to recognize some of our students of the month for showing that trait. And while we're talking about students of the month, now that we're in the month of October, it's time to recognize our September students of the month for showing the trait of being a conscientious worker. Over the next couple days, teachers and other staff members are going to be presenting these certificates to our September students of the month. And then on this Wednesday at 9 a.m., we're going to be calling all of our September award winners down to the courtyard area so we can take your pictures and we can show them next week here on Tiger TV. And we're going to put up your pictures in the Student of the Month display board in the on the hallway leading to the Commons. So excited about that.
I am so looking forward to seeing all of our students of the month for September. Tigers, today is a very special day. It's School Picture Day. Each of your classes will be coming to room 201 today for our photographers to take your school picture. Today is also a very special day because it is National Custodian Appreciation Day. And Tigers, we have the world's greatest custodians. We have Miss Nadine, who is our lead custodian and is here during each school day. Mr. Greg is our nighttime lead and is here each afternoon through the evening. And Mr. Scott is here each night. Our amazing custodial team work together to keep Shadow Lake clean and safe for each of our Tigers. So when you see Miss Nadine, Mr. Greg, and Mr. Scott today and every day, please let them know how appreciative you are by saying thank you. And on behalf of all of our students and staff, I want to say thank you to our custodians for everything they do to make Shadow Lake the world's greatest elementary school.
Thank you so much to those three. Tigers, as Mrs. Christensen mentioned, one of the amazing things our PTA does for us at Shadow Lake and we can help give back is to support our classes and grade levels going on field trips. We are so excited that field trips are back this year. And some of our grade levels are going to be going on field trips really soon. In fact, kindergarten is going to be going to the Thomason Family Farm Pumpkin Patch, and our third graders are going to be going to the salmon hatchery. And speaking of salmon, did you know that right here at Shadow Lake, we have an amazing salmon story walk. As part of our Discover Washington garden in the front of our school, we have some amazing facts and information about salmon. Make sure you get a chance to check out our Discover Washington garden and all of the fun facts in our salmon walk. It is awesome.
It's awesome. And you can come with your families after school too, or on the weekend. All right, Tigers, we are so excited for this week's big basketball game with the Harlem Wizards. This Friday, October 7th at 6 p.m. at Mapleview Middle School, the Harlem Wizards will be playing a team made up of Tahoma staff members. And just so you know, our very own Mr. Rainey, Mr. McMaster, Mr. Custodian, and Mr. Abbey will all be playing for Team Tahoma. This will be a fun night for the whole family. There's going to be amazing trick shots and high-flying dunks. It's going to be an epic night. We hope your family can attend. Ticket ordering information is available in Tiger Family News. And best of luck to our Tahoma team. And I heard Shadow might be there too.
That is awesome.
All right. I hope you've been training.
I have been training.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we also, as part of our training, we need to make sure we're eating healthy. So what's for lunch this week?
Oh, that's lots of training's been happening. You can count on that. Those Wizards better be ready for what we're going to be bringing. It's going to be a fun night. All right, Tigers, here is this week's lunch menu. Today, mozzarella breadsticks. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to have chicken nuggets. Wednesday is super nachos. Thursday is chicken burger, and Friday, I need to have something Friday that's going to get me ready for that game. How about pizza? That's always good. Tigers, don't forget, we have our first, third, and fifth grade lunch bunches today, and then kindergarten, second, and fourth grade lunch bunches on a Wednesday. And reminder, if you're buying lunch, that pass that you have gets you in the front of the lunch line, so go to the front of that, and then you can meet Mr. Mann, Mrs. Benjamin in the lunchroom. So all of our lunch bunch attenders can walk to lunch bunch from there. Today, kind of special, we are going to be having lunch bunches in the covered amphitheater because room 201 is going to be used for school pictures. We hope that we can see you at lunch bunch this week.
All right, Tigers, I know there are so many. Exciting thing about being in the month of October is we have now officially begun our Pause at Home reading program put on by our PTA. Each month, we want you to track the days that you have read at least 20 minutes at home and mark your minutes on the calendar. Each month, you turn in your reading log, and our Pause reading team will track your minutes. You can earn prizes. Forms are available online from our Shadow Lake and PTA websites, and paper packets will also be sent home soon. They're coming from our print shop.
Yes. All right. Last week also started our Workout Wednesday program. Get this, we had 343 participants take part last week, and they logged 255 miles.
Already?
Yes, it is not too late for you to get involved in Workout Wednesday. Get your permission slip turned in, and then each Wednesday you can walk, run, or skip laps around our field and keep adding to that mileage total. Keep up the good work.
Ooh, that's awesome. It's time to recognize more of our amazing Tigers who have been earning Tiger Paw tickets and were selected in this week's drawing. Mr. Abbey, start us off with our kindergarten winners.
Oh, this is my favorite part of the week, Tiger Paw ticket drawing. For kindergartners, we have Junior in Mrs. Stamp's class. Alexandra, you're the winner in Mrs. Hurley's class. Genevieve, you won in Miss Belmondo's class. And then Bryson, you were selected in Mrs. K's classroom.
Awesome. For our first grade winners, we have Sarah in Mrs. Roberts' room, Hudson in Mrs. Hanson's room, Lucy in Mrs. Yassine's class, Asher in Mrs. Riley's room, and Bowie in Mrs. Nelson Christensen's class.
And moving on to second grade, we have Mina, you're the winner in Mrs. Cordenkamp's class. Erilyn, you were selected in Mrs. Kemp's room. Hendricks, congratulations, you are the winner in Mrs. Shireman's. And then Riley, you are the winner in Mrs. Meek's class.
Awesome job, second graders. For third grade, our winners are Clarissa in Mrs. Boyle's room, Ellie in Mr. McMaster's class, Kylie, congrats, in Mrs. McGowan's class, and Cody in Mrs. Ogle's room. Nice job, third graders.
All right, and fourth grade winners. I have Micah in Mrs. Bradley's room, Alex in Mrs. Moffat's class, and then Aaron, you are the winner in Mrs. Isley's room.
And as always, last but not least, for fifth grade, our winners are Caitlin in Mr. K's class, Amelia in Mrs. Lish's class, and Richard in Mrs. McCutcheon's room. All right, winners, when it is convenient for your teacher, they can send you to the office to pick up your prize from the Tiger Paw treasure chest. All right, Mr. Abbey, what's going on with story time today?
All right, I love story time, and we're in the month of October. So today, Mrs. Smith, our Shadow Lake librarian, is reading a fun October story called Creepy Carrots. We hope you enjoy this story.
Such a good book.
Yes, it is.
All right, Tigers, we all hope you have a fantastic week. And remember,
It's a great day to be a tiger.
Hey Tigers, welcome back to Story Time. I'm super excited to read another story. So today I'm going to read Creepy Carrots. Since we're starting October, I thought this would be a fun one to start our fall month. All right, this is Creepy Carrots, written by Aaron Reynolds. He's written a lot of fun stories in our library. Creepy Carrots. All right. Jasper Rabbit had a passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Krakenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. He pulled some for morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice. He ripped them from the ground on his way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots. Until they started following him. He first noticed something strange after the big game against the East Valley Hares. Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunka 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 of carrots creeping. He turned, but there was nothing there. Just my imagination, he thought, but he hopped a little faster. That night, as he was brushing his teeth, there they were again. Jasper whipped around, but nothing. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor, and went to bed quickly. The next morning, he approached Krakenhopper Field slowly. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Whew! Creepy carrots. It was ridiculous. But when he arrived home that evening, Mom! Jasper screamed. Creepy carrots in the shed. His mom opened the door slowly. There weren't any carrots, not even the regular kind. There are no such things as creepy carrots, Mom said, shaking her head. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it. Breathing, terrible carroty breathing, and there on his wall. Creepy carrots, he shouted. Dad! His dad thumped into his bedroom and threw on the light. They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closets. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. Just a bad dream, son, his dad said, shaking his head. Now go to sleep. That wasn't going to happen. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real, and they were coming for him. but they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Jasper hatched a plan. First thing, on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Kraken Hopper Field. So look at what he's doing. It looks like he's attempting to build a fence around the entire patch of carrots. As the sun finally set across Kraken Hopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. On his way home, there was no tunk-a-tunk-a-tunk. There were no carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Kraken Hopper Field cheered. Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that carrot patch again. Those creepy carrots were sneaky carrots, weren't they? All right, Tigers, I hope you enjoyed that story of creepy carrots. Happy October. Have a great week this week. Remember to keep reading those library books and turning them in every week so you can get some new books to check out. And remember, it's a great day to be a tiger.